Today from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, it's the White Sox and the Tigers on the NBC Game of the Week. The National Broadcasting Company, now in its 6th decade of bringing you baseball's memories. Baseball's milestones. Baseball's majesty. And baseball's magical moments. NBC Sports proudly presents the Major League Baseball Game of the Week. Today, from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, it's the Chicago White Sox versus the Detroit Tigers.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Game of the Week. This game was played April 26th on a Saturday in 1986. Of course, I believe today is April 23rd, 2022. So just a little bit off there. They can't quite get the schedules, the dates don't match up all the way. Hey, BB, how are you doing? Inside Pitch, a wonderful game. Like I said, I like all the games that I'm using here. Next week, I'm going to venture into Status Pro for the Oakland-Boston game next Saturday. And I've already recorded Game 1 of Series 7 in the Strat-O-Matic Demolition League. That will be posted probably on Tuesday. That's a game between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the New York Mets. So look for that probably on Tuesday, I imagine, as I get back into that swing. Took some time off from that just to regroup, and hopefully now it's where I would like it, where I'm kind of rebooting. We played 90 games. Now it's the first third of the season. Now it's time to start the second third of the season. And so that's the plan there. All right, let's go over the starting lineups for both teams. And here they are.
Here's Tony Russo's starting lineup. We have 2 switch inning and a 1-2 slide. Myself, John Cangelosi, leading off playing center field. We have Tollison, third base, batting in the second slot. Harold Baines is going to be playing right field. Came for us last night with 2 clutch hits, 2 home runs. We have Ron Kittle batting in the DH slot. Carlton Fisk in left field doing a hell of a job this year. We have Bobby Bonilla playing first base, backing up Craig Walker, and he's doing an outstanding job. We have Ozzie Guillen playing shortstop, and we have Cruz playing second base, which a man I admire very much. Welcome back to the lineup, Cruz. And we have Joel Skinner catching, and we have Floyd Bannister chucking on the hill for us today. And I want y'all to sit back and enjoy it. And I just want to say hello to the family back home in Hialeah, Florida. See you later.
I'll say one thing, Bob. He picked up your banter from the Toledo Mudheads chucking on the hill today. All right, a man you can almost look down to, but he's 5'8". Where's L.B. Pearson when you need him? Larry Herndon, Chet Lemon, Brian Harper, new acquisition in right field. Darnell Coles, Alan Trammell, the shoulder appears to be okay now. Tom Brookins as Whitaker gets the rest. Dave Engel starting his third ball game at first base. Parrish behind the plate, and sinker baller Walt Terrell on the mound for Sparky Anderson.
Sparky Anderson's lineup. Alan Trammell leads off at shortstop. Darnell Coles over from the Mariners plays third base. Larry Herndon in left field. Lance Parrish, the cleanup man and catcher. Chet Lemon in center field. Brian Harper plays his first game for the Tigers. The Cardinals cut him loose. Tigers picked him up. Dave Engel at first base. Tom Brookins plays second base. Lou Whitaker has been benched against some left-handers, and this being a day game after a night game, might be a good time for Sparky to give him an early rest. And Dave Collins, the switch hitter, drops to the 9th spot. He's been leading off against right-handers with Trammell hitting 9th, and Trammell takes the leadoff spot against the Southpaws.
All right, everybody. We are ready to go. This is Strat-O-Matic Super Advanced. Haven't played Super Advanced in a little bit. We've been doing the Advanced with the Demolition League. Glad to see Mr. Utah Mike here. Hopefully he can catch me on any errors I might make on Super Advanced. I hopefully haven't been away too long for Super Advanced to do that. Hello, Mr. BB. Yes, Fisk did play left field. That was unfortunately, that was a Ken Hawk Harrelson general manager move that was one of the dumber moves around, but that's just the way it worked out. And of course, the phone rings when I'm trying to play a game. Go figure. I use my phone for recording. I don't have a camera. I don't have a, what do you call it, a webcam or whatever. This is strictly my phone, so what are you going to do? If it rings, it rings. All right, you can see I've got the lineups here and the benches, and I've got the bullpens over here. Like I said, this is Super Advanced. Ballpark effects for Tiger Stadium. Singles not too good. Lefties a 1 to 2, righties just a 1, but home runs are really good. Lefties 1 to 14, righties 1 to 11. Hello, Mr. RJL. How are you doing, sir? In case anybody came in late, I did record earlier this morning Game 1 of matchup 7 in the Demolition League, so that's going to be posted probably on Tuesday. That's the Arizona Diamondbacks against the New York Mets. Noah Syndergaard making his first start in that Demolition League. So he takes on Josh Colementor and the Arizona Diamondbacks as get back into the swing of things. This is the second phase of the Demolition League. I've played the first 90 games, which is the first third, and now we're on getting ready to start the second third of that. All right. Let's see. Anything else I need to forget that I might have forgotten? Pitcher, since we are doing Super Advanced, the pitcher hold and the catcher arm come into play. And so between Walt Terrell, who's on the mound, his hold rating is a -3. Lance Parrish is a -3 arm, which is a -6. But -5 is the best you can have. So their aggregate hold is -5 for any White Sox player that wants to try to steal. Floyd Bannister is a -1 hold rating. Skinner is a -1 arm for a net -2. So any Tigers that try to steal, it'll be a -2. Some of the Tiger guys I did not have cards for in the set. So one of them in particular, Brian Harper. So I will be using his computerized card that I printed out to play the game. With the lefty on the mound for the White Sox, the Tigers, Sparky has loaded all his right-handers in the lineup. You notice that everybody on the bench is left-handed. There are no righties on the bench, strictly left-handed. And the bullpens are much shorter than what they were in 2015 for the Demolition League. Notice they've only got 5 here and 4 there. In fact, the White Sox don't have any lefty relievers at all. They have 4 right-handers, and that is it. Hello, Old Man Music. Nice to see you this morning, or actually this afternoon on the East Coast, as it's a little after 12 there. All right, so on the mound is Walt Terrell. And he'll be facing John Cangelosi to start off the ball game. Let me make sure that everything shows up okay. I don't have a lamp on because sometimes that puts a glare on the field. I'm going to give it a go and see how it does, see how it looks. And if it messes up, then I will turn it back off. If it's improvement, then I'll keep it. So you can see that there's glare like right in this little spot right here that can be annoying. So -4. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Mike. It says Terrell's a -3 and Parrish is a -3. That's a -6, which I believe -5 is the best you can have. So did I make a mistake there? I'm not sure what you're getting the -4 from. I'm going to turn this lamp off because I think the glare is going to be a little bit too much for that. White Sox, unless it's Cangelosi, they probably won't steal anyway. Oh, for White Sox, you mean? Okay. -2 for the hold, -1 for the pitch. Oh yeah, definitely. It's a -2 factor, but I didn't even put in the -2 for being held. I was just talking pitcher and catcher, but you're correct. When you add in the 2 for being held on, it would make it a -4. So if they hold the runner, it's -4. If they don't hold the rudder, it's -2. All right, I got confused there. I wasn't sure what you were referring to, but now I understand. Okay. So I turned the lamp off because I think I've got enough light here and I don't want that glare. It looks like everything is showing up on camera the best I can. All right, so we're going to go with it. I got to remember to roll the D20 with every roll now, or once somebody gets on base at least anyway, to check for those potential balks and pass balls and wild pitches and all that stuff. So Sparky Anderson has his Tigers against the White Sox. John Cangelosi, the leadoff man, and he is a threat to run. If he gets on base, he's got a 2 through 6, an 11, or a 12 to get a jump. And if he does get the jump, that's an 18. So even the -5 would make it a 13. So, but I think, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, it's -5 for the pitcher and catcher. But with it being held, would that be a -7? Or is -5 the highest you can go, even factoring in the holding right now? I'm thinking it'd be a -7. Because you'd have the -5 for the pitcher and catcher, and then again the -2 for the hold. So I'm thinking that would be a -7 if you did that. Kirk Gibson is injured in this particular part of the season, yes. So he is not on the roster for this game. I'm not sure when he comes back, but that's one of the reasons why the Tigers were, had troubles in. So -5 max. Okay, so gotcha. All right, so it's -5 period. There is no such thing as a -7. Gotcha. All right. Wanted to make sure I was correct on that. So it's basically -5 and -4 when we all put it all together. Correct. He's not on the roster. Gibson is injured right about now. I'm not sure when he comes back. I didn't look all that up, but for this particular game, he was not in the lineup. I don't know if he was on the injured list, if he was just, on the 15-day DL or whatever they called it back then. I don't know. Hopefully everything looks okay on camera. I'm going to assume it. I'm looking on my computer now, and everything looks about as good as I can get it. So here we go. Start of NBC Game of the Week, Super Advanced Strat-O-Matic. And it's Cangelosi against Terrell, and we're underway. That's a 6-12. And you know what? I didn't check injuries. I kind of don't want to do injuries because it's as played. But I would do in-game injuries, but I don't think I want to do pitcher injuries because that would really screw things up. And I don't even have the injury thing for 86 in front of me, so I'm not going to worry about the injuries. We're just going to let it roll. 6-12. Cangelosi's a switch hitter. 6-12 is a ground ball, second base X. Second baseman normally is Whitaker, but they're sitting him against the lefty. It is now Tom Brookins. And Tom Brookins, not as good as Whitaker. He's a 4.13. And, of course, I had to dig out the old super advanced defensive charts for this one. So he's a 4.13. 4 and a 16, he will get to that. That's a G2. These total a 9, and he is an E13. So E13, there is no 9. It's a good play for Tom Brookins. He makes the play, and Cangelosi is retired, and this ball game is underway. That'll bring up the third baseman, Wayne Tollison. Another switch hitter. Hello, Tim. How are you doing? Terrell to Tollison. I actually didn't need the D20 right then. 6-6, and that is a walk. So Wayne Tollison draws the leadoff walk, or not the leadoff walk, but the one-out walk. He's on base. He is a B stealer. You can get a jump on a 2 through 7, but again, that -5 hold rating is really putting the kibosh on thoughts of stealing. He will be held on, though. They will have to hold him on. And now we roll the D20s. See if there's anything going on. There's not. Okay, so Harold Baines, RJL's favorite Chicago White Sox player, stepping to the plate. Tollison being held on first. See if Baines can hit it through the open right side of the infield. We get a 1-8 for Baines. That's a single 2 stars. So how about that? Every time RJL checks into a Harold Baines game, Baines seems to come through, much to the chagrin of RJL. And Baines with a single. That'll move Tollison to third base. Runners are on the corners with one out for Ron Kittle, the designated hitter. Now the infield will play for the double play because Kittle can hit into some double plays, but first we need the strategy roll, and there's nothing going on. Kittle against Terrell. Terrell in trouble early. That's a 2-6, and that is a strikeout. So he strikes out Kittle for out number 2, and the infield can go back to normal now. For the left fielder, Carlton Fisk. He was a 4.E22 with a +2 arm in left field in 1986. That's how Strat rated him anyway. Nothing on the strategy roll. Infield back to normal depth. 1-3 for Fisk. That's a ballpark single check, but it's only a 1, and that's a 3, so didn't quite make it. That's instead going to be a line out to shortstop, and that's going to end the inning. So Tiger Stadium did not allow that run, or did not allow that hit, I should say, on the ballpark effects. And Walt Terrell gets out of the jam. So we go to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first, it is Floyd Bannister, the lefty, and that has prompted Sparky to use all his righties. Like I said, Collins usually leads off against righties, but against lefties, they put Trammell in the leadoff spot. Usually against righties, Collins leads off and Trammell bats ninth, but they flip-flopped it. Trammell's leading off and Collins is batting ninth. All right-handers in the lineup. All the lefties are on the bench. So here we go. Alan Trammell facing Bannister. And I guess I'll go ahead and roll the 20 at the same time. That's a 1-7 against the lefty. And that's a ground ball to short. So Trammell grounds out to Ozzie Guillen for one away. And that'll bring up third baseman Darnell Coles. That's a 2-8, and that's a 1-17 single. That's a 2, so it's a base hit for Darnell Coles. He gets a one-out single. He is not really much of a threat to run. He is a C stealer. He can get a jump on a 5. Did steal 6 bases, got caught twice, so they will at least hold him on as a token. Hey Joe, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Larry Herndon is your batter. We're going to roll the D20 to see if there's any kind of a funky thing going on. Nothing going on. Coles will be held on. Here's Larry Herndon, left fielder. That's a 5-8 against the right-hander. 5-8's a fly ball to right. That's 2 down. Put away out there by the right fielder, Harold Baines. 2 down. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Lance Parrish. Nothing on the havoc roll. Here is Bannister to Parrish. That's a 4-7 against a righty. That's a 1-12 single. That's a 1. So it's a base hit for Lance Parrish. It's only a 1-star advancement. So Coles will stop at second. Parrish is at first. 2 on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, as the Tigers try to strike first with Chet Lemon. Bannister to Lemon. Hello, Joel. How are you doing? Nothing on the havoc. Here's Chet Lemon. 6-6 against the righty. That's trouble for Bannister. 1-5 is a triple. Anything else is a single. That's a 9, so it's a single, but it's 2 stars. That will score Coles and move Parrish to first. And Chet Lemon put the squeeze on Bannister with an RBI single. Tigers lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the first, and Sparky is happy. And that'll bring up Brian Harper. And again, I don't have a... He was not carded. Even in the extra players, he was not carded, or the 86 set he was not carded. The new 86 set he was not carded. So I printed off a computer version of him. Nothing on the havoc. Bannister trying to get out of this minimal damage. 2-5 against a lefty is a foul out to third base. So Harper fouls out to end the inning. But the Tigers break through first for a run, and at the end of one inning of play at Tiger Stadium, it's Detroit 1 and the White Sox nothing. And Walt Terrell coming back out. And he'll be starting out facing Mr. Million Dollar Man himself, Bobby Bonilla. I think it's one day in July or somewhere that's Bobby Bonilla Day. I'm not sure what the exact date of that is, but anyway, it's a very young Bobby Bonilla playing first base. He's in there for Walker, who is injured at the time. Normally would be their first baseman. Bonilla stepping to the plate. Switch hitter batting left-handed, 1-8. And he struck him out. So Walt Terrell puts the K on Bonilla. One down for Ozzie Guillen, shortstop. Future manager of the White Sox, as it turned out. Hey, Brandon, how are you doing? Good to see you. 4-10. Walt Terrell struck him out. He's not tired, so the strikeout is good. 2 down. Terrell strikes out the first 2 he faces, and that brings up the number 8 hitter, Julio Cruz, second baseman. 5-7, and that's a walk. So a 2-out walk to Julio Cruz, and Cruz could think about trying to get a steal here to get in scoring position with 2 outs. We'll see. That -5 though is really kind of hurting them to where they kind of deterring the running game. Cruz is he'd get a 7. He has to get a 7 to get a jump. I think they're going to let him. They're going to let Cruz stay there. They'll hold him on, but they're not going to try anything funky. So here is Skinner, and the havoc roll. Nothing going on. Terrell to Skinner. 4-9, and look at this. He does have normal power. 1-19 is a home run. That's a 15. Joel Leonard Skinner, a 2-run homer, and the White Sox have just taken a 2-1 lead. The number 9 guy, Joel Skinner, and it was all predicated by that 2-out walk to Julio Cruz. That's what hurt Terrell the most, and Skinner made him pay. 2-0 or 2-1 favor the White Sox. Sparky not happy whatsoever as the White Sox have a 2-1 lead. Here's Cangelosi. He's back up. 6'11", switch hitter, batting left. That's a split chance on Super Advanced. 1-9's a single. That's a 1. So Cangelosi keeps the hit parade going with a 2-out single. He will be held. And you know what? They're going to try to get a jump with Cangelosi. They're going to see if he can get a jump. He needs according to his card, he needs a 2 through 6, an 11, or a 12 to get a jump. That's a 3, so he gets the jump. He gets the jump. He starts as an 18. We've already figured out -5 is the factor for pitcher-catcher hold rating. Makes him a 13. 1-13, he will steal it. And he does. So Cangelosi steals second base. Gets into scoring position. Tony La Russa being aggressive. And that brings up Wayne Tollison. Do a strategy roll again. Make sure. Oh, it's a 1. 1 means that there is a chance of a wild pitch. Terrell has a 4 for a wild pitch rating. That's a 20, so no wild pitch. So we drive on with Tollison. 6-12. And that's a ground ball second base X. Ground ball second base X. Second baseman again is Brookins instead of Whitaker because of the lefty pitching on the mound for the White Sox. Brookins is a 4E13. 4 and a 15 should be okay. Let's check it out. 4 and a 15 is a G2, and that's a 7, and he's an E13. E13, there is no 7. It's good play for Brookins. Good play by Brookins to end the inning, but damage done. Damage is done. 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the second. And it will be Dave Engel to lead it off. Mike, 1 is a wild pitch check. 2 is a balk or a pass ball check. That's in the rule book. All right, let's see. Tollison made the last out. So the White Sox lead it 2-1. And that'll send up Engel to lead off the bottom of the second against Bannister. And where I'm getting that from, right here. On a 20-sided die, the roll is 3 of 20 continue. If it's a 1, a wild pitch may occur. If it's a 2, a balk or pass ball may occur. So that's what's that's going from. Okay, here is Dave Engel. He's in there because of the lefty, so they're sitting Darrell Evans because of the lefty on the mound. Sparky sitting all the lefties. It's a 6-5 against the righty Engel. 6-5. That's an in-home run chance. He does have weak power against lefties, though, so no home run opportunity. But that's a 19, so it'll be a double instead for Dave Engel. So Dave Engel, leadoff double. And back come the Tigers. He does not run well at all, so he will not be held at second base. And that brings up second baseman, speaking of second base, Tom Brookins. Havoc, nothing going on. 4-6, and that's more trouble. Look at this. 1-2 is a double, 3-20 is a single, 2 stars either way. That is a single. RBI single for Tom Brookins. And just that quickly, the Tigers have tied the ball game. That didn't take long. RBI single for Tom Brookins, and it's the lower part of the order doing the damage for the Tigers. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, switch hitter Dave Collins. Brookins will not be held at first base. Actually, he will be held, but he won't go anywhere. He did steal 11 bases, but he got caught 8 times, so he's not going to go anywhere, but they will have to at least hold him on. Nothing on the Havoc. Collins batting right-handed as a switch hitter, 6'11", and that's a ballpark single, but you got to have a 1, so instead that's going to be a line out to short for out number 1. Collins is out of there. That'll bring up Alan Trammell back to the top of the order. Again, the Havoc roll. Nothing happening. 5-6. 5-6 is a fly to center. That's 2 down. Put away out there by the center fielder, Cangelosi. So now it's up to Darnell Coles. But we are tied at 2. Thanks to the RBI single. Oh, that's Suadice. Thanks to the RBI single by Brookins. That's a 6-9 against a right-hander. It struck him out to end the inning. But the Tigers tie the game. And at the end of 2, we're tied at 2. So hopefully we get a close game. I don't want it to be too high scoring, but if it's like a 5-4 game or something like that, I wouldn't mind something like that. All right, leading off for the Sox to start the top of the third is RJL's favorite White Sox player in Harold Baines. Baines singled his first time up. 2-8. 2-8 for Baines. This time he strikes out. So Harold Baines out on strikes. We'll bring up Ron Kittle. 1-7 for Kittle, and that's a walk. So Ron Kittle coaxes a 1-out walk. Of course, he is not the fastest guy in the world, although he is rated as a C stealer. He did steal 4 bases, got caught only 1 time. So they will have to hold him on. They will have to at least pay attention to him over there. And here's Pudge, Carlton Fisk, the original Pudge. Nothing on the Havoc. Infield double play depth. 3-6 and struck him out. So Fisk down on strikes, 2 down. And that brings up Mr. Bobby Bowe, the $1 Million Man. Nothing going on there. Hey Troy, how you doing? 4-5. 4-5, switch hitter Bobby Bonilla. 4-5 is a ground ball shortstop X. That is Trammell. Trammell is a 2E25. 2 and an 18 is good all day long. We'll check the E25 for a shortstop, and that total is a 12. E25, there's a 13, but there's no 12. So it's a good play. It's the third out of the inning, so it really doesn't matter if he goes the short way or wherever. I'll just say he throws to first to keep it simple. I'm not keeping defensive stats or anything. And that's going to end the inning. So Kittle gets left at first base. Go to the bottom of the third, tied at 2. And this brings up Larry Herndon. Larry Herndon to start the bottom of the third. He flew to right his first chance. That's a 6-6, and that's trouble for Bannister. 1-5 is a triple, but that's an 11, so it will be a single. Larry Herndon, a leadoff single, and he's aboard. Oops, if I can get him straight, he's aboard. He's aboard with a leadoff single. And let's check his running capacity. Not very good. He stole 2 bases, got caught once. He's a D rated in the advanced, so they're not even going to hold him on. They're going to say, if you want to steal, go right ahead. It's a -4 against you. So you'd be looking at a 1-9 at best. But we'll have to do the havoc. There's a 1, so chance of a wild pitch for Bannister. It's a 1-6. And it's a wild pitch, so Herndon will take second base on the wild pitch. So he didn't have to worry about stealing. He got up there on the wild pitch. He will not be held at second base, obviously. And here's Parrish. No, nothing on the havoc this time around. 6-9 against a right-hander. That's a strikeout. So Bannister strikes out Parrish. Big out there, 1 away for Chet Lemon. And Lemon had the RBI single his first chance. He's got a runner in scoring position now. Maybe he can double it up. Give the Tigers the lead. Havoc roll, nothing happening. 111 against the lefty. Ground ball third base B, and with the ball hit the third and the B, he's going to hold at second base. 2 down. And that sends us to Brian Harper. Of course, I don't know how well that computerized card is showing up on the camera, but best I've got, because he was not carded originally with the set. All right, Bannister to Harper. 1-2, and that's a foul out to the catcher. It's F-O with a C in the middle there. So that is a foul out to the catcher, Skinner, to end the inning. So Bannister pitches out of the early trouble. And at the end of 3, we are still tied at 2 apiece. And Walt Terrell back out. His fatigue is a 7, and Bannister is a 6. So they can both pitch quite a ways. Remember, this is 1986, not 2022. So they pitched some innings back then. All right, here's Ozzie Guillen. Guillen struck out his first chance. 5-8 against the lefty. That's a double for Ozzie Guillen. Leadoff double for Ozzie Guillen. And the White Sox are in business early on to start the 4th. And Guillen runs pretty well. Runs at a 15, so they will definitely hold him on second base. Here's Julio Cruz. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Cruz, first time up for Cruz. He walked and scored in front of that home run by Skinner. 6-9, switch hitter batting left. 6-9, ground ball first base B. So even though it's a B, the fact they went to first, it's super advanced, you move the runner to third base. So it's a ground out, and Guillen will take third base. So now the decision has to be made. Do you bring the infield in with 1 out? I think the Tigers will bring the infield in, try to choke that runoff. Nothing on the havoc. So the infield is in for the Tigers. Here's Joel Skinner, had the 2-run homer his first time up. 5-7, And he's going to walk this time. So Terrell pitching carefully to Skinner, pitched too carefully. And he will draw the walk. That puts runners at the corners. It does set up a double play. But Cangelosi is your next batter. He's not a guy that hits into many double plays at all. So let's see how they want to do it. Skinner will not be held at first base, so that will help him out. They're going to play back for the double play. Nothing going on there. They're playing for the double play. 3-8, and that's a ground ball shortstop B, so that cost them. That will score the run. By playing back, they were taking a chance, but if you hit that, if he had rolled a 3-9, that would have gotten through the drawn-in infield, so you kind of have to pick your poison. So Cangelosi beat out the relay. It's going to go as a 6-4 fielder's choice. Trammell over to Brookins, but they can't turn the double play. Guillen will score, and the White Sox lead it 3-2. Give Cangelosi an RBI for that fielder's choice. 2 down, and Cangelosi's going to look to get the jump again. Stole the base in the second inning. He's going to look to get a jump again. He needs a 2 through 6, an 11 or a 12. It's a 7, so he does not get the jump, which means he will not try to steal off a secondary rate because that would just be too low. So they'll go ahead and let Wayne Tollison swing away. Oh, I'm missing the white die. What was that doing? Let's re-roll that. 3-4 for Tollison, and that's a ballpark single check, but it's only a 1-2. That's an 11, so it's going to be a line out to second to end the inning. But the White Sox take the lead 3-2. They take a 3-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth. And let's see who's going to be coming up here for the Tigers. It'll be Engel, Brookins, and Collins, bottom portion of the order. But that's the portion that did damage. That was the portion that did damage back in the second inning. Produced a run, so can't necessarily discount that all the way. So here we go. Dave Engel steps to the plate. Had a big double his first time up, 6-5 against Bannister. Now he's got a chance at a home run. He does have weak power, though, so that will take that away. But a 4 will be a single. So how about that? Dave Engel subbing for Darrell Evans because of the lefty. He's 2 for 2. So maybe Sparky knew what he was doing with this platooning stuff. 2 for 2. Engel, a terrible base runner. He will not be held. And that brings up Tom Brookins. Nothing on the havoc roll. 5-6 against the right-hander rather. Fly to center. Put away by Cangelosi. 1 down. Brings up the number 9 man, Dave Collins. Switch hitter will bat right-handed. Nothing on the havoc. Here's Collins. 6-7. Switch hitter batting right-handed. 6-7 is a strikeout. So Bannister puts the K on Collins. 2 down, and now it's up to Alan Trammell if the Tigers are going to do something. Nothing on the havoc. 3-10 against a lefty for Trammell. It's a ballpark home run check. Home runs for righties are 1 to an 11, but that's a 16, so it's just going to be a deep fly to left, and Bannister escapes. A potential home run out of Alan Trammell, but the D20 cooperated as far as the White Sox are concerned, and Trammell just hits a deep fly to left field. Caught out there by Pudge Fisk, and at the end of 4 innings of play, it is the White Sox 3 and the Tigers 2. And Terrell is back out. Appreciate everybody that chose to spend part of your Saturday afternoon with me. Hope you're having a good Saturday afternoon. It's beautiful weather here, but I got the windows closed. I normally have them open, but somebody was doing some work next door. They were doing something with a power saw, and I didn't want all that noise, so had to choose to keep the windows shut. I really rather would have had them open, but what are you going to do? All right, here's Harold Baines. And Baines singled in the first, struck out in the third. That's a 4-7. Terrell against the lefty. That's a pop out to first. So Baines pops it up, and Mr. Engel puts it away, 1 down. Here's Ron Kittle, designated hitter. He has not put bat on ball yet. He struck out in the first and walked in the third. 4-10, and that's a ball. Oh, he just missed a home run chance right there, didn't he? But a 4-10 is a ballpark single check. It's only a 1 for righties. Even though it's a 3, it's not going to matter. He lines to short, and that's 2 away. For Pudge Fisk. Pudge is lined to short and struck out, 0 for 2. 5-8 for Terrell. 1-5 is a triple. 6-20 is a single. That's a 10. So Carlton Fisk with a 2-out single. Could you see him getting a triple? That would be kind of weird. He had no triples. I think if on the computer they would have probably altered that to a double. I'm not sure. But they may have, because Fisk had no triples on the season. He's definitely not being held. He's no threat to run. He stole 2 bases, but got caught 4 times. So it's not a good chance for him to run, so they're going to hold him steady. And Bobby Bowe has a chance to add to the lead. It's a 5-8, switch hitter batting left, and it's a double to center field. How about that? This could score Fisk because he was not being held. Fisk starts as an 11. There are 2 outs. That makes him a 13. Double is hit to center field, and not being held makes it a 14. Double goes to center field because it's not listed. It's assumed to go to, well, it did say center field, didn't it? So it did go to center field. Center fielder is Chet Lemon. He's a -1 arm. So that would be back to a 13. So 1-13, he will score. And they got to decide if they're going to let it go through. Bonilla could take third on the throw, but the Tigers on a 1-13 want to cut that runoff, so they'll take a chance. They'll allow Bonilla to go to third if it gets through. 1-13, Fisk scores. 14 or higher, he is out at the plate. He scores. So Fisk scores on the double by Bonilla. Bonilla takes third on the throw. And the White Sox increase the lead to 4-2 on an RBI double from Bobby Bonilla. And again, he takes third on the throw, but with 2 outs, it really is not that important, I don't guess, unless you get a wild pitch or something. But he's aboard. Sox lead it now 4-2. And Guillen, the batter. Terrell getting in a little bit of trouble. The bullpen could be active for the Tigers very shortly. 6-4 against the lefty. Fly ball center field X. That is Chet Lemon. Lemon is a 2-7. 2 and a 7. He should get to that. Check the super advanced chart. 2 and a 7 is an F2. Good enough. That is a 7 on the D6s, and he is an E7. So 7 and a 7. There is no 7 there, so it's a good play for Chet Lemon. He makes the catch to end the inning, but the Sox add to the lead thanks to the RBI double from Bobby Bowe. And it's the Chicago 4 and Detroit 2. And like I said, Sparky may have the bullpen going here very shortly. Darnell Coles, the batter, will lead off the bottom of the 5th. Coles singled in the first, struck out in the second. 2-8 for Coles. 1-17 is a single. That's a 6. So he will get a leadoff. Oops, he will get a leadoff single. Darnell Coles. Darnell Coles, his second hit of the game as the Tigers try to come back. And Larry Herndon hits very well against lefties. He will be up against Bannister. Nothing on the Havoc. 2-7 for Herndon, struck him out. So that didn't help his cause any. Herndon is out of there. And with 1 out, that brings up the catcher, Lance Parrish. Nothing on the Havoc roll. 5-11 against the right-hander. Ground ball first base X. First baseman for the Sox is Bonilla. And Bonilla is a 4-6. 4-19, though, should be just fine for a first baseman. 4-19 is a G1, could be a double play. That's a 13, and he is an E6 as a first baseman. E6, there's a 13 right there, right smack dab in the middle. Bobby Bonilla blows it. Could have been a double play, should have been a double play, coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it is an E3. They pay the price for putting Bonilla over there, and Lance Parrish will reach. If I can find him, there he is. So Lance Parrish is aboard on the E3. That could be huge. The inning should have been over. It would have been a double play. And Floyd Bannister not too happy right now with the $1 Million Man over there. Got to shake it off, though. Here comes Chet Lemon. Lemon, RBI single in the first, grounded to third in the third. Havoc roll, nothing happening. Bannister needs a double play ball. 110, and he got it right there on cue. Ground ball to shortstop A. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and the inning is over. So Bannister induced the ground ball he needed and got the 6-4-3 twin killing to end the inning and keep the Sox in the lead 4-2. Sparky not happy about that at all. Not at all. And it gets Bonilla off the hook, so to speak. So after 5 complete, it's 4-2 Sox. And as a reminder, next week we'll be using Status Pro. It will be the Oakland A's traveling to Fenway Park to take on the Red Sox. Not exactly the best pitching matchup for that game. It's I believe it's Chris Cotaroli for the A's against Mike Brown for the Red Sox. So it's just the pitching matchup they had on that Saturday. Can't really do anything about it. Just the way it is. All right, so for the Sox to start the top of the 6th, it will be Julio Cruz. He has walked and grounded to first. That's a 210 against switch hitter batting against the right-hander. 210 is a ground ball to first and easily put away by Engel. He's looking over at Bonilla and says, "That's how you field a ground ball, Bobby. That comes to first base. That's how you do it." So he's kind of giving Bobby the business. 1 down, and here's Joel Skinner. Of course, Bobby's telling him, look at the scoreboard. 2-6 against the righty. That's a fly to right. 2 down. The old Omega symbol is there, but that's only with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. So if the base is clear and less than 2 outs, it's of none effect. And we're back to the top of the order for Cangelosi. Cangelosi is singled and stolen the base. He's also grounded to second and hit into a fielder's choice. 6-4, switch hitter batting left is a fly ball center field X. That is Chet Lemon. Chet Lemon is a 2E7. 2E7, 2 and a 7 should be okay. 2 and a 7 is an F2, which is good enough. But that's a 5. 5 is always a rare play. It is bases empty on an F2. So rare play F2 says the outfield catches the fly ball for an out. If there's a run on third, there is no runner on third, so don't have to worry about it. It's the final out. So he makes the catch. That's all that's important. He makes the catch for out number 3. That's all we needed out of that result. We didn't have to worry about any of the weird stuff. So nothing doing there for the Sox here in the top of the 6th, but they maintain a 4-2 lead over Sparky's Tigers. And Bannister coming back out, but this is his fatigue inning. He does have that number 6 right there, so got to keep an eye on his fatigue. And if the Sox go to their bullpen, which is all right-handers, you know Sparky's going to start unloading the bench with lefties. So Tony La Russa probably wants to keep Bannister out there as long as he can. All right, so Harper is 0 for 2. He's popped up twice. Actually fouled out twice, once to third and once to the catcher. That's a 2-9 against the lefty, and that's a line out to first. So again, can't get it out of the infield. That's 1 away for Dave Engel. Now Engel is the other story. He's 2 for 2, a single and a double. See if he can get something started for the Tigers. 4-3 against a right-hander. Fly ball right field X, that's Harold Baines. He's a 3E6. 3 and 18, he will get to that, but that 15 could be trouble. He's an E6 and he's a 15. E6 and a total of 15. No 15, there's a 14 there, but no 15, so fortunately for Mr. Baines, he was able to make that play despite a little bit of difficulty. And 2 down for Tom Brookins. 3-6 for Brookins against a lefty. 1-2 was a single, but that's a 5. So he lines it to short to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Tigers. Through 6 innings, it's still 4-2 in favor of the Pale Hose. Now let's see if the Tigers want to go to their bullpen or stick with Terrell. This is his point of weakness inning. They will start with Terrell, but if he gets in any kind of trouble, they do have bullpen action in the bullpen. They got a righty, Bill Campbell, and they also have left-hander Chuck Carey. So they got double barrel action, Carey and Campbell in the bullpen. The 2 C's, Carey and Campbell. Tollison will lead it off to start the top of the 7th. Tollison 0 for 2 with a walk. 4-11 against a switch hitter batting left is a ballpark single. That's a 2 for lefty. That's good enough. Wayne Tollison gets the rare ballpark single on a 2. So the D20 was cooperative. Tollison gets the base hit. That's the first knock against the point of weakness of Walt Terrell. Tollison will be held. Tollison will be held, but he won't be doing anything. Won't be trying to run or anything like that. It'll be Harold Baines, the batter. And I believe the Tigers are going to the pen. So Sparky has made the move. And they're going to the left-hander Chuck Carey. On the 1986 season, he was 1-2 with a 3.41 ERA. So Chuck Carey, the first bullpen pitcher used by either team. So Terrell is going to go 6+ innings. Can't close the book because the runner on base is his responsibility. Tollison will be held on, but he won't go anywhere. Carey, nothing going on the Havoc. Here's Baines. 3-6 for Baines against the lefty. Ground ball, first base, A. That's a double play. 3-6-3. So Carey got that done pretty well. 3-6-3. 2 down, base is clear now for Ron Kittle. So Sparky appreciating the bullpen work done by Chuck Carey. That's a 6-8 against a righty, and that's a fly to center, so Chuck Carey got it done. Gets his team out of a potential jam to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time here at Tiger Stadium. Score White Sox 4, Tigers 2. I'm going to stand up and stretch for a second as well. So everybody enjoy your 7th inning stretch. All right, we are ready to go now for the bottom of the 7th. And Floyd Bannister had nothing against, well, actually, no, he had nothing against his point of weakness, so he's still good to go. And like I said, LaRusso wants to keep him out there and keep those lefties on the bench. Keep Sparky thinking. All right, so Dave Collins, switch hitter, will lead off the bottom of the 7th, trying to get something started. 5-6 against a right-hander as a fly to center. Hauled in out there by Cangelosi, and Collins is 0 for 3. Here's Trammell, top of the order. That's a 6-7, and that's a strikeout. It's a dot there, but he's not tired yet, so strikeout is good. 2 down, and Floyd Bannister doing it to the Tigers in this one. Chicago won the real game 5-4, so we'll see how it plays out. 6-5 against the right-hander. That's a home run possibility in a 1-7. He does have normal power, but that's an 18, but it will be a double for Darnell Coles. He just missed a home run, hit the top of the wall, and we'll have to settle for a two-bagger. A two-out double. And that brings up Larry Herndon. They're going to stick with Bannister. See if he can get through this last out. Facing Herndon. 3-12. That's a hit by pitch plus injury. So we'll see. I will do an in-game injury since it's in-game. I will look up and see if Herndon has to be replaced via injury. Look at our injury chart. 1 to 4, he's going to be okay. Anything 5 or higher, he's got to leave the game. So he has to leave the game. So Herndon will exit. He is hit by the pitch. He is hit by the pitch, so he will have to exit. And we'll need a pinch hitter, or pinch runner, I should say. And then a new left fielder to take his place. So it looks like that's going to be Pat Sheridan. So Pat Sheridan will take over in left field for the injured Herndon. So Sheridan takes over in left field for Herndon. And let's see what his defensive ratings are. Let's pull his card. Pat Sheridan. He is a 2, -1 arm, and an E9. Actually, a little bit better than Herndon, actually. So that might help them on the defensive side. It does put runners at first and second with 2 down for Lance Parrish, a tough right-hander. And that's going to be it for Bannister. That is going to be it for Bannister. As LaRussa says, I can't go any longer with you. I have to make a move. So he's going to the bullpen. And he's going to get right-hander. He's going to a right-hander, Bill Dawley. Bill Dawley will be the right-hander coming on to try to get out of the mess. So it is Dawley. Bannister is going to go 6 2/3. But it's up to Dawley to get Parrish out. Try to get the Sox out of trouble. Nothing on the Havoc. Dawley to Parrish. 3-10, and that's ground ball shortstop plus, but nobody's being held on, so. And the only guy that would be holding the runner on would be second baseman, rather, so the shortstop's not affected. So that's going to be an out. Now, in advance, that would have gotten through, but in super advance, when a right-handed batter is up there, only the second baseman's affected, not the shortstop. So it is a good play defensively to end the inning, and Dawley does his job. Keeps the score 4-2 through 7 innings. As we go to the 8th, all right, RJL, good to know. No game tonight, but Sunday night, it'll be the Cardinals and the Phillies from the Vet. So be sure to check that out on Inside Pitch 1979 version. As getting closer to the playoffs and teams are jockeying for a position. Carlton Fisk will lead things off for the White Sox. Campbell is still in the bullpen for the Tigers if they want him. They do have Carlton a righty, Bonilla a switch, and Guillen a lefty, so it's kind of 6 1 half dozen the other. Now Tabby has jumped on a little perch, which is right next to this table, so I'm hoping she stays there and doesn't try to jump in the middle of the field. If you see a black or gray blur, you know what happened. But right now we're going to drive on with Pudge. 1-3, and that's a ballpark single check, but 17 is way too high for that, so Pudge will just line it to short. And there's 1 out here in the 8th inning. Brings up Bobby Bowe. He will turn around and bat right-handed. Yes, old man, LaRussa got replaced by, in mid-season, by Jim Fregosi. So I'm not sure of the date on that, but Jim Fregosi did replace him. All right, 2-8 against the lefty for Bonilla. That's a double to right field. So Bobby Bowe with a 1-out double, his second double of the ball game. He had an RBI double earlier. This one's a 1-out double. So he's in scoring position with only 1 out. And let's check his running ability. He will have to be held because he does run at a 12. So they will hold him on. And here's Ozzie Guillen. Lefty on lefty matchup with Carey. That is a 6-7 against the lefty. That's a ground ball second base X. Second baseman for the Tigers again is Brookins. He's getting a lot of activity over there. He's a 4 E13. 4 and a 5. I think that's going to cost him. I think that's going to get through for a base hit, almost certain. 4 and a 5 is an S1, SI1, so it'll only be a one base advancement, but there could be an error as well. It's an 11, and he is an E13 at second base. There is no 11, but it will get through for a single 1 star. So Ozzie Guillen gets the base hit, puts runners on the corners. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Julio Cruz. He's a switch hitter, so it doesn't matter really who you bring in, I guess. Not sure how they want to play this. He hits about the same versus either lefties or righties. So do you stick with Carey or do you go the fresh arm of Campbell? I think they're going to stick with Carey. Nothing on the Havoc. That's a 1-9 against the lefty for Cruz. That's a strikeout, so they paid it off by bringing in the lefty. Had they brought in a righty, that would have been a possible sac fly chance. But by bringing in the lefty, they get the strikeout for out number 2. And now they'll bring in Bill Campbell because Chuck Carey doesn't want to fit. They don't want to have him facing Joel Skinner. So Bill Campbell, Soup Campbell, will be on to pitch. Try to get the Tigers out of the last of the inning. Be facing Joel Skinner with 2 on and 2 outs. Guillen held on at first base. But he's not worried about Guillen. He's worried about Joel Skinner. Nothing on the Havoc. So Campbell to Skinner, trying to keep this a 4-2 ball game, keep the Tigers in the game. 5-7. 1-2 was a double, but that's a 12, so it's a fly to center, and the inning is over. So Campbell gets them out of the mess. Keeps the score right where it is at 4-2. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. And let's see what they want to do here. Bill Dolly's coming back out. It'll be Lemon, Harper, and Engel scheduled, but Harper and Engel will not hit. They will go to the lefties off the bench. So Harper, actually, you know what? They might pinch it. They might leave Harper in there. No, they're not. They're going to take Harper out. Engel's done well, but that was against the lefty, so they're going to definitely take him out. So they're going to have Darrell Evans pinch hit for Engel, and they're going to have, who do they want to pinch hit here for Harper? Not much going on with that. They're going to have Dave Bergman pinch hit. So we're going to have Lemon, Bergman, and Evans. So it'll be Lemon, Bergman, and Evans coming up. So Evans is going to, Bergman is going to be the pinch hitter here for Harper to lead off, and then followed by Evans. But Lemon's going to bat first. So it'll be Lemons, Bergman, and Lemons, Bergman, and Evans are the batters for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 8th as Sparky tries to get something going. Chet Lemon will lead it off, though. He's 1 for 3. That's a 4-4, and that's a fly ball center field X. That's Cangelosi. Cangelosi is a 3-E12. 3-11, probably okay. 3-11 is an F2. That's a 4, and he's an E12. E12, there is a 4 for a 2-base error on Cangelosi. He is an E12, and that is a 4. That's a 2-base error on Cangelosi. Can't blame Dolly on that one. That was an E8. Big error there. Second error of the game on the White Sox. Bad time. Certainly not a good time for that to happen. Not that it ever is, but that's definitely not a good time for that to happen. Chet Lemon will be aboard to start the bottom of the 8th. And now the pinch hitters are coming on. Dave Bergman will pinch hit for Harper. Lemon will have to be held on second base. So we've got Bergman, and he can stay in the game and play right field, although he's not very good, but they'll have him in there anyway. And then Evans will take over at first base, pinch hitting for Engel. All right, so Bergman facing Dolly. Nothing on the Havoc. Lemon is being held on second. 6-5, and that's a ground ball. Shortstop X. Shortstop is Guillen. Guillen is a 2E24. Hope that red dot didn't go through. It stuck to my hand. Let's redo that again. 2 and a 13 should be okay. 2 and a 13 for a shortstop is a G1, and that is a 11, and he is an E24. E24, there is no 11, so it's a good play, and if the ball hit to the left side like that, the runner has to hold at second base. So Bergman could not advance the runner. One down for Darrell Evans, and Evans is pinch hitting for Engel, and will take over at first base as well. So Dolly to Evans. This is where the Sox could have used a lefty reliever at this point. 2-10. 2-10 as I pop out to second, so he gets Evans. Dolly says, I don't need a lefty. Just let me have Adam. So that's 2 down, and now Brookins is being called back, and Lou Whitaker is going to come on and pinch hit for the Tigers. They will use Lou Whitaker, and he will stay in the game to play second base as well. So Sweet Lou with a chance to get something done, as Brookins will leave the game, and Whitaker gets a shot to do something against Dolly. Nothing on the Havoc. Hey Mark, how you doing? Lou Whitaker 4-9 against Dolly. That's a ballpark home run chance. For lefties, it's 1-14 rather. That's a 16. So it would just be a deep fly to right. Lou Whitaker just missed it, and the Tigers come away empty-handed. That would have tied the game. But he just missed it on the ballpark home run chance. Tiger Stadium, good for home runs against lefties, but not quite that good. And we go to the top of the ninth. Top of the ninth, score still 4-2. Campbell back out there. It'll be Cangelosi. You know what? Campbell's going to leave. They're going to go to Guillermo, don't call me Willie Hernandez. And whoops, kind of bumped that up there, didn't I? And on the 1986 season, he had 24 saves, 8 and 7. But you're the home team, so the save situation no longer applies. So they're going to go with the best they have to try to keep themselves in the game. So Hernandez, it is. He will be coming on, and he'll be facing top of the order, Cangelosi, Tollison, and Baines. So Campbell just faced one batter, and that was it. So he did his job, and now it's time for Hernandez to try to do his job. Oh, good, Mark. I really like both Super Advanced and Advanced. They both have their advantages. I like to mix it up when I can. All right, here is Cangelosi to start the top of the ninth on a 4-2 lead by the White Sox. Will bat right-handed against Willie Hernandez. 4-4 against the switch hitter batting right. So fly ball center field, that is going to be Chet Lemon. Lemon's a 2E7. 2 and 18 is good. E7 and a 12. We'll see if that's any problem. E7, there is no 12, so it's a good play for Chet Lemon. And Cangelosi is retired to start the top of the ninth. Here's Tollison. Bob James is loosening in the White Sox bullpen. He would come in and pitch the ninth to try to close it out. He was their closer. So he would be coming in to pitch the ninth for the White Sox. Here's Tollison, 5-3. Switch hitter batting right-handed. Ground ball first base X. That's the new first baseman, Darrell Evans. And Evans defensively checks in as a 4E3. 4 and a 12 should be okay as a first baseman. We'll see. 4 and a 12 is a G3, which is good enough. That's a 9. He's an E4. There is no 9. So it's a good play. We're going to call it 3-1, as it was a tough play, so Evans had to flip to Hernandez covering for out number 2. 2 down for Harold Baines, lefty on lefty matchup with Hernandez. Hey Trav, how you doing? Yes, this is Strat-O-Matic Super Advanced. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate the kind words. Anybody that does this will tell you they do it because they enjoy it, and if people get something out of it and learn something or just enjoy watching, that's all the better. Here's Harold Baines. 310, lefty on lefty. 310 is a ballpark single check, but it's only a 1-2. So 15 is too high. It's a liner to second. And the inning's over. So we go to the bottom of the 9th here at Tiger Stadium. Sox clinging to a 4-2 lead. And Bob James, the closer for the White Sox, will be coming on. On the season, he was 5-4 with 14 saves. He did have a 5.25 ERA, so not exactly a shutdown guy. But that's who La Russa is turning to. Now, the Tigers have Collins, Trammell, and Coles up. Collins is just not hitting, but he's a 270 hitter, so I'm not going to pinch hit for him. On the bench, all they have is Harry Spillman and Mike Laga, so pretty much stuck with who you have. All right, so bottom of the 9th we go. Collins against Bob James. 3-6 for Collins, and he gets a single, so it paid off to stick with him, and Dave Collins, leadoff single, brings the tying run to the plate. And I can just hear RJL now, if he's still watching. I'm going to hear his famous words. What, did you expect a 1-2-3 final inning? You knew that someone's going to get on base. Collins will be held, but he's down by 2 runs. They're not going to try to steal. So James, nothing on the havoc, will face Trammell, top of the order. That's a 6-5, and that's more trouble. 1-6 is a home run. That's a 13. It'll be a double. Sorry, it'll be a triple. So a triple by Trammell. And just like that, it's a 4-3 game with a tying run at third base and nobody out. So James not doing what he was supposed to do. The Sox bullpen is coming back to bite him. And Alan Trammell with a triple. Assuming I can find his little thing here. It went somewhere. There it is. Alan Trammell's at third base. So the infield's going to have to come in, try to choke the tying run off. Darnell Cole's the batter. RJL, as I would say, what did you expect, a 1-2-3 final inning? We're not getting that. We're getting some drama here, or some magic, as you call it. James, nothing going on there. Coles, infield is in. 6-6, it doesn't matter. That's a double off of James. So the Tigers have tied the game. A single, double, a single, triple, and now a double. We are tied at 4. The win is lost by Bannister. He no longer gets that win. Now the Tigers in position to win the game. Darnell Coles at second base with still nobody out. And Herndon, who got injured, would normally be at the spot, but it's actually now going to be Pat Sheridan, because he came in for the injured Herndon when he got hit by a pitch. Coles will be held on second base. And La Russa shaking his head. He has really nobody to go to. I mean, he could go to Schmidt, I guess, but when James is your closer, you got to stick with him. 5-8, and that's a walk. So James, I believe now, is fatigued because of all the trouble he's having. Sheridan's run doesn't really hurt him any, because that just sets up a double play. His run really doesn't mean anything. Lance Parrish, the batter. Do you go to Dave Schmidt? I think you're going to have to. They're going to pull Bob James. He just didn't have it. So they're going to go to Dave Schmidt to see if he can try to keep this game going and send it to extra innings. Schmidt was 3-6 with a 3.31 ERA and 8 saves in the '86 season. Perfect time for a bunt here, but Lance Parrish is not a good bunter, so he is not going to bunt, I don't believe. He'd be a D bunter if they tried it. So We're going to see what happens here with Mr. Schmidt. Nothing on the Havoc. $1-7 for Parrish. That's a 1-8 single. That's a 3. It's only 1 star, but it will load the bases. Bases are loaded. And it looks like this is the beginning of the end for the White Sox. That's why they were 72-90 on the season, because they just were a bad team. Brings up Chet Lemon with the bases loaded and nobody out. Infield has to be in, of course. And Chet Lemon, the batter. Nothing on the Havoc. Lemon, his last time up, reached on a 2-base error. 1-7, he struck him out. So a big strikeout for Schmidt. And now a double play could get him out of the inning. Bergman, do you take the chance? I think they got burned last time on a ground ball B. At least the Tigers did, so the Sox don't want to get burned on that. So they're going to keep the infield in. They're going to keep the infield in against Bergman. 4-6, ground ball, second base A, and let's check that would have been a double play with the infield back. But I believe with the infield in, it's just a forced play at the plate. Let's see. Let's look at the ground ball situation. Infield in, runners or bases are loaded. Infield in, ground ball A is a 9. Batter out, runner on third out. Double play. Oh, it is a double play. How about that? It's going to go 4-2-3, and we've got extra innings. So what a job by Dave Schmidt as he induces a double play, and we got extra innings. Unbelievable. Definitely unbelievable. How do you like that? So Willie Hernandez is going to stay out there for the Tigers. Might as well. He's a multiple inning reliever. You might as well leave him out there. And we got extra frames, free baseball, as they say, here on the game of the week. So now we're looking at Kittle. It'll be Kittle, Fisk, and Bonilla. Kittle, Fisk, and Bonilla against Willie Hernandez to start the 10th. 6-5, ground ball shortstop X, that is Trammell. Trammell's a 2E25. 2 and a 17 is good, but that's a rare play. But that 5 again is a rare play. The 2 and the 17, let's see what that turns out to, a G1 probably. 2 and a 17 is a G1, so rare play G1. If there's a run on first, the batter, with no run on first, the batter grounds out. Okay, so nothing going on because there's nobody on first. So it's just a ground ball to Trammell for 1 away. Nothing rare about that at all. Strat could learn from games like replay baseball and inside pitch and payoff pitch for some rare play activities. Fisk, 6-5. Ground ball shortstop X again. We're right back to Trammell. He gets another shot. That's a 9. 9 and Trammell is a 2. Shouldn't be any problem. That is a G2. That's a 12. He is an E25 though. E25. There's a 13, but there's no 12. So Trammell makes the play, and there's quickly 2 away. 2 ground balls to Trammell. And here's Bobby Bowe, the $1 million man. 6-2, switch hitter batting right-handed. 6-2 is a split chance. 1-15 is a single. That's a 12. So Bobby Bonilla, a 2-out single for Mr. Bobby Bowe, and that's his 3rd hit of the game. Doubled twice and singled. And let's check his base running. He will be held, but they won't try to go anywhere. Here's Guillen. Nothing on the Havoc. 4-10, lefty on lefty matchup is a pop out to first, and the inning is over as Evans puts it away. Nothing doing for the Sox. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Tied at 4. Like I said, the Sox won this game in real life 5-4. Tigers have a chance to win this game in the replay 5-4. Darrell Evans could end the game with one swing of the bat here in the... no, Mark, I bought the 2021 season, but I have not done anything with it yet. I might do something with it in the future because it's the last year for pitchers hitting and last year of the Indians. I thought about doing a replay in History Maker Baseball because I did buy the 2021 History Maker season, doing a Cleveland replay and calling it the last of the Mohicans since it's the last year they're known as the Indians. But I may or may not have time to do that, or if I do that, I might do that down the road. But right now, Darrell Evans will lead things off. He came in to replace Engel. 1-5, and he struck him out. So Evans with the whiff, and that will bring up Sweet Lou Whitaker. 4-4. Fly ball center field X. That's Cangelosi. Cangelosi's a 3E12. He's already made one error in the game. That's a 19th, so we'll get to that. We're worried about the error. That's an 8. He's an E12. E12, there is no 8, so it's a good play for Cangelosi. He's up to the task this time. 2 down. And we may be heading to the 11th as Dave Collins is coming up with the bases clear. Switch hitter batting left-handed. That's a 2-out walk to Collins, and he's going to be definitely looking to run because that's something he was good at in '86. Stole 27 bases, got caught 12 times. To get a jump, he needs a 2 through 6. Schmidt's a 0 hold rating, and Skinner's a -1, so that's an aggregate -1, and then the -2 for being held makes an aggregate -3. So not so daunting. Because if he gets the jump, it'd be a 1 to 14. So he needs a 2 through 6 to get the jump. 12, not going to do it, so he will not go anywhere. And now Alan Trammell, the batter. .59, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. That's Guillen. Guillen is a 2E24. 2-11. He'll get to it. Will he make the play is the question. That's a 9. He's an E24. No 9, so he makes the play, and that's going to end the inning. There were already 2 outs, so it doesn't matter what kind of out it is. He's just out, and that's going to end the inning. We're going to the 11th. Going to the 11th. My score sheet only goes 10 innings, so I have to do some maneuvering here. This thing only goes to 11 that I printed out, so I'll leave this blank until we get to later innings, I guess. Now, Willie Hernandez went 2 innings. They're going to keep him out there. He's only given up 1 hit, so he's still good to go. So they're going to stick with Willie Hernandez. Hey, Steve, how are you doing, sir? I know you're looking forward to that colorful and bright and big Baseball America 10th anniversary set that's going to come out shortly. With all the, and it has your Minutemen already is pre-programmed as one team with De La Rosa. So I'm sure you're looking forward to that. All right, so top of the 11th, Julio Cruz, the batter. It'll be Cruz, Skinner, and Cangelosi against Hernandez. To start the 11th, tied at 4. To 4-9, switch hitter batting right-handed against Hernandez. That's a ballpark home run chance as a right-hander, but he has weak power, so no home run chance at all. So instead of a home run, it's simply going to be a fly to left. So Cruz is out of there as he has no power. And that'll bring up Joel Skinner. Skinner had that 2-run homer back in the 2nd inning. Kind of shocked everybody. 1-5 for Skinner. He strikes out here. So Willie Hernandez, old man Willie, getting it done. 2 down for Cangelosi. 1-5 and the ground ball to second ends the inning. So nothing doing there. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Schmidt back out. And he'll be facing Coles, Sheridan, and Parrish. Because Sheridan came in, of course, when Herndon got hit by a pitch and was injured. So Sheridan had to take his place. So here's Darnell Coles. He's had a good day. He's 4 for 5, 2 singles and 2 doubles. Of quietly a good day for Mr. Coles. 2-3 against the righty, and he will ground to short. So no such luck this time around. But he has 4 hits already. What do you want? All right, here's Sheridan. 4-10 against the lefty. The ground ball to first. And that's going to be 2 away, so we could be going to the 12th very quickly. Lance Parrish, the batter. Parrish stepping up. That's a 3-7, and he struck him out, so we're going to the 12th. I'm going to keep this as a blank because I ran out of innings up here. So that's going to be all. Willie Hernandez went 3 innings. I'm not going to push him any further than that. So he will leave. Sox have some lefties coming up again, so Dave Don't LaPointe is going to be coming on for the Tigers. As Sparky's going deeper into his bullpen than he would probably like. So we're going to LaPointe. If I can get their bullpen guys out here for me. There he is, Dave LaPointe. On the season, he was 3-6 with a 5.72 ERA. Had 8 starts, but he is rated for relief. So Dave LaPointe is coming in to start the 12th, and he'll be facing Tollison, Baines, and Kittle. Start the top of the 12th. Against LaPointe. 110. That's a 1 for a home run. Anything else, he flies to right, so Tollison will fly to right for out number 1. And that brings up Harold Baines. 3-8, and he's going to pop it to first. 2 down. So LaPointe getting it done. Here's Chet Lemon. 5-5, and that's a ground ball to third to end the inning. So we're going to the bottom of the 12th. Still tied at 4. Dave Schmidt back out. He has a long relief rating, and so does LaPointe for that matter. So they can go for a while. It will be Bergman, Evans, and Whitaker due up. Bottom of the 12th, tied at 4. 6-6 against a lefty. It's a fly to center. So all of a sudden, will this game ever end kind of deal is coming up for me. Here's Evans. 3-3 against a right-hander. And that's it right there, potentially. It's a ballpark home run chance for Darrell Evans. 1-14 in Tiger Stadium. That's a 10. It is gone. Darrell Evans just hit a walk-off home run on a 3-3 roll. Ballpark effect. Tiger Stadium 1-14. That's a 10. It is gone. And the Tigers come back from a 4-2 deficit by scoring 2 in the 9th off the closer, Bob James. And then in the 12th, this is actually the 12th. In the 12th, Evans walks it off. So it's a 5-4 victory for the Tigers, rather, as they reversed history as the Sox won this game 5-4 in real life. But the Tigers come back and take care of it here in the replay. Winning pitcher, Dave LaPointe, went 1 inning. He got the win. Losing pitcher was Dave Schmidt. He takes the loss, obviously. Long game. Long game for sure. I'll try to get the totals real quick if I can on the hits. Let's see. 1 for the Tigers. For the Sox. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got the Sox unofficially for 9 hits, but they did make 2 errors. And for the Tigers, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I've got them for 13 hits. And I don't believe they made any errors. They did not. All right, so final line score. This is unofficial. Officially, Tigers win at 5-4. That is official, and I'll put that in the computer to go along with the replay. 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the White Sox. And winning pitcher, Dave LaPointe. Losing pitcher, Dave Schmidt. Tigers walk it off on the Darrell Evans. He's the man, Darrell Evans. He is the man. He walks it off. Evans on the 86th season had 29 home runs, and there was one of them right there. So next Saturday, we move on to another game engine, Status Pro. So we're doing Status Pro from Boston, Fenway Park. It'll be the Oakland A's against the Boston Red Sox. Again, a kind of a disappointing pitching matchup as it's Chris Cotaroli for the A's against Mike Brown for the Red Sox. I was hoping to get a Clemens game or at least a Bruce Hurst game or an Oil Boyd game, but that's not the way the schedule worked out. So hope you all enjoyed this Saturday game. Exciting game to the finish. A little bit long, but that's okay. We like it when it's a close game like that. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for Robert's Inside Pitch 1979, Cardinals and Phillies. And check out anybody that's got a channel on YouTube, whether it be After Further Review or Robert or Utah Mike or whoever else is out there that's putting up content. And Tribe fan, former Tribe fan, Cleveland baseball fan, he puts up some videos once in a while of Strat. So keep up the good work, everybody that's doing the content. I enjoy watching a lot of it. Replay Gamer, don't want to forget about Replay Gamer. He puts up quite a few things out there. Haven't seen Tenacious Earl put a whole lot of stuff up lately. Kind of hoping he gets back to doing, I know he's doing some like golf and soccer and stuff, but hopefully he gets back to baseball. But that's going to do it from here. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Saturday, wherever you are. The weather's beautiful here in Virginia. And I don't know how it is everywhere else, but it's mid-70s and sunny. Having a great day. I'm going to go out and enjoy some of the afternoon now, after being inside all morning. Again, next Saturday, Status Pro, high noon Eastern, Oakland against Boston. Using the very basic Status Pro cards, not the advanced stuff that's out there now. This is going back to the very basic, like when I was a kid kind of result. And that will be happening there. Probably on Tuesday, I'll be uploading the video that I recorded this morning in the Demolition League as we reboot that, or not reboot it, but restart it for the second third of the season. As we get to Series 7, it'll be the Arizona Diamondbacks and Josh Colmenter against the New York Mets and Noah Syndergaard making his first start of the season. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And as usual, I will see you all down the road. Have a good day, everybody.